Hey folks, it's Mark out at Positively Peninsular. It's Wednesday and I didn't hear from Tucker. I didn't bother him. I know he's got to be busy or slammed. But I just wanted to just do another quickie little update real quick. Another gorgeous day. But I did have a fall yesterday. And I fell backwards over this thing. And so I landed on my butt, not in a good way at all. I don't know if there is a good way, but it really hurts. So anyway, Michelle, my massage therapist, fantastic. I'm really fortunate for the people that kind of keep this old body moving. Thank God it wasn't anything worse. But the point is I was next door. There's this cool place called Country Fireside Cafe, something like that. And they do wood-fired pizza and like these bacon-wrapped jalapenos, things like that. Anyway, I thought, I'd give it a try. And I haven't tasted it yet. That'll come after the video. But met the person that took my order. Lovely person. And she had a great story. So the more I think about it, so I kind of is inspired. That's why I'm doing this. Otherwise I would have just bailed and not done this. But I wanted to, touch base with y'all. Anyway, so I feel much better. And she was just very inspirational. Single mom, 7 kids. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, her story was so inspirational and it reminded me I think I mentioned it on one past video about and if it's okay, I need to do some watering because the plants, I gotta get sprinklers, folks. So anyway, I'll try to talk and walk and do everything all at the same time. So I did get some new plants because I wanted to switch out the I think I mentioned it. These, I'm gonna be limping a little bit. It's sore. And the other thing I didn't realize when I went down for my appointment today, thank God she had an appointment open, and I have a stick shift, so that's my clutch leg. Oh, that was a fun ride in. I almost didn't think I was gonna make it. So I think I talked about the other day, I got 4 of these, and you see how they're like thin and narrow, and they bow out when you fill it with dirt. So you have to keep filling dirt, and it's like, this is crazy because you can see they just keep bowing out. So I got the other kind, are so much better. They're rounded, as you can see here. Cool. Whatever this is, petunia, I guess. Look at that. That's crazy. Mother Nature be crazy. All right. But I definitely need to water. So anyway, I have to switch out these. And I'm glad I didn't fall on something thin and narrow like that. This is what I fell on right here. In fact, I think I probably hit this right here. Because I didn't fall into the water. I don't think I touched the water. But anyway, I feel much better. Anyway, I picked up a pizza, and her story was just fantastic. I think I mentioned about the young lady down at the tortilleria. She, again, it's just a gamut of ages, and even Michelle, my massage therapist. None of these people have had easy lives, including myself, including Tucker. That's why we're doing this. And it's like, I just was so inspired. And she has such a positive attitude. And I was like, do you mind? And we talked for quite a while. I said, do you mind if, I go get my business card, one of my business cards? Yes, I have business cards now, right? Ooh, fancy schmancy, huh? Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, so this is, I already watered out there with the shower, the water shower, the watering can. But look at that rhododendron there. Now this was a rhododendron that was existing, but in a different location. And then this is where the cedars were removed, right here. I wish this was up a little bit. I wish this was just oriented a little bit differently. And I blew my chance because we didn't do the kind of the radius measurements and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so this is the river rock. You can see I've already started, and I'll show you in the back as we water. That I'm using to keep the fabric down. I have added more fabric. So anyway, it's just, God, looking sharp. It takes a lot of water, folks. And I just was like struck by the similarities in all of our stories. And I've never met these people, and I'm just like inspired. I was like, how do you keep such a positive attitude? It's like I asked Tucker, remember that one episode where I said, how do you get over your fears of doing this when we're talking about risk taking at one night? Anyway, so I'm thinking more and more about, taking the GoPro on the road and let other people's faces fill up the screen and actually talk, make sense, talk coherently, actually remember what they're talking about, and all that kind of stuff. God, look at that. I think that's a columbine, that purple thing over there. Check that thing out. Now that I planted, no, maybe that was here. That may have been here, actually. That was here. That was here. The rhoda. That was not. That spiky plant, my favorite. But things are just going gangbusters. I couldn't be happier. Even the poor little azaleas are still hanging on. But so I'm just looking at maybe just talking to some people, and I know, I think I'd mentioned also, Wendy down at the at my dispensary, and she's also there's just so many good people, and I feel like we get so many good positive people out there, and that these people don't get the airtime. We get all the assholes and the jerks and the needy, bitter, negative people that get the limelight, get their 15 seconds or whatever, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And it's just like that's a shame, because these stories should be told, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe nobody gives a crap. Maybe nobody cares. Maybe nobody wants to hear. I mean, obviously half the country doesn't care about positivity. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't know how we got into this place, but anyway. Yeah. So I guess maybe you could talk a little bit about toxic masculinity, which was the topic we were going to talk about with Tucker. Since you're stuck with me for a minute, by your own choosing. I saw there's this show called Welcome to Wrexham, which is a football, Welsh from Wales, and it's we've got this guy Rob McElhaney, and who does Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool and all that kind of stuff. So some big folks, um, and they buy this Welsh football team, soccer team, in a place called Wrexham. It's the Wrexham Athletic Football, Wrexham Football Club. And it's just such a great feel good story, folks. It's on Hulu, I think it's on Disney, it's on, I don't know, it seems to be everywhere. It's just very, I tell you, it touches me every time I watch it. And I'm already going through the second season. I just watched the whole thing through last week, and I'm doing it again this week just because it's so, to me, inspirational. And it gets sappy for me, and that's fine. I think we need to be able to be sappy every now and then. That plays right into that whole toxic masculinity bullshit. If I want to cry at something because it's the right thing to do and it's sentimental or whatever, I'm gonna fucking cry. I don't care. Don't judge. And I just think it's sad that we get to this state. And I just love this view. That's my favorite view right there, up through the trees, sitting on the porch, or the porch chairs. And actually one of the episodes today, which was kind of fortuitous while I was in pain, sitting on my ass, talked about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's relationship. And they talked to this woman. So they're doing a documentary, and it's every Friday night. Been 2 seasons so far. We're on season 3 now. And this woman who is a I don't know what she is, but she wrote this book about, I don't know, I can't remember the title. But it's about kind of the things men do to not look like they care, or that they have empathy, or that they're sensitive, or any of that bullshit. And I'm like, I was like that for the first, 58 years of my life, so I get it. But God, it's just so warping. It's so stunting. It's so, God, it's just not good. It's not healthy. I don't think you grow, and I don't know. I've come to realize that's why I'm doing this. It's just like that's so much bullshit. Like, we get hung up on all this weird shit. And she just explored about how men have these rituals, and men friendships or bromances or anything like that. So that's what they said, that these guys have a bromance. And she was just talking about what that meant. And that's where the toxic masculinity gets in the way. It's like, let it go. Why do you, if you don't want to share a feeling, fine, don't fucking share a feeling, but don't, damn others for sharing their feelings or calling them names or whatever. Who cares? Everybody's entitled to it. Nobody's right and nobody's wrong. It just is. Anyway, one of my great frustrations. And I think I'd like to think that, and luckily my first wife, my son's mom, fantastic job. So she did she's just very kind and empathetic, and that understanding, listening, sharing, all the things I wasn't. As I said, it wasn't until I was 58 that I finally got on board. And so she did a great job, and I learned a lot actually through that process of kind of just seeing, my sons become really empathic, sensitive, and yet they played the sports, and they did, they were jocks and all that kind of bullshit. So it's not like, that's what I'm saying, it's not like a masculine thing, one's married and one will be shortly, or in the near future. Anyway, not that that means anything matters, but you know what I mean. So you know, and you keep paying it forward. You know, when I listen to Michelle talk about her kids and her grandkids, and just the kind of grandkids they are, it just strikes me. I'm like, Michelle, you understand it's because of how you raised your kids that the grandkids are like they are. I mean, because for you to have this many great, fantastic grandkids is not the norm. You know, so you're definitely doing something fantastic. Boy, that one's getting really dried out. Yeah, that guy, he got really dried out yesterday. Because I think this is the spot that probably has the sun most consistently. Because it's already almost like it's after 4. So, I mean, look how bright it is, how sunny it is. It's a pain in the ass. I just think it's such a waste of time and energy to, like, you know, make your kids macho or whatever. And it's just, they're going to be who they're going to be. Okay. Yeah, I gotta eat. I've got to eat soon, so I want to eat dinner. But let me just show you real quick. Fudge. Yeah, I have to. God, I've got to get sprinklers, folks. So we'll definitely be talking more about this because I do think it's an important topic because I think it colors almost everything in our society to a certain extent. I just need to see where I'm going to pick back up on. Boy, it's going to get August. It's going to be... But hey, I'm grateful that it doesn't get crazy most of the year up here. It's pretty temperate. It's a beautiful day. Oh, man. But I know what I want to do. I wanted to show you. I've added fabric. Remember I was talking about, so we'll get back to toxic masculinity. Those of you that follow know that I kind of go off on tangents and lose my focus because I do have ADHD and I do have OCD, so there you go. End of discussion. So here, right now the rocks are just holding it down. I have to put pins in, a couple of pins. I'm not going to go too crazy because I think the rocks are going to keep it all down. And then I'm going to get probably 3 yards of pea gravel, you know, just going to clean the lens a little bit. And pea gravel once it's in, and that'll fill in all the gaps. So I'm not going to go totally psycho-ballistic or crazy over all this. I've got to water. Look at the rhodos, folks. Look at that. They're all coming out. Told you. Oh, man. That's exciting. They're gorgeous, by the way. You know what? Just real quick. It's like I have to go on a hike just to get out there. If I injure myself, it's your guys' fault. But I just want to share these suckers with you. I mean, check this out. They're all just going to start bursting. Well, they already are. So here's one. And it's already dry, and I water these every night. But look at this, folks. No. Look at the design inside there. Holy moly, folks. Check it out. And there's just going to be this whole long, almost straight line, but I don't want it to be straight. Although it is kind of bothering me that one is really far. I'm not just kidding. But check it out. The Leland cypresses seem to be doing great. These are 2 different varieties, so in case you're wondering why one was really green and the other one wasn't. I think the wildflowers are coming up. I had to get creative, try to keep the deer out because I just am not in the physical condition to get to do the whole wire cutters and getting that deer wire stuff. I mean, I'll try that. That's the goal, but for right now. I just have to make it difficult enough. Or, yeah, deer kind of like the path of least resistance. So if you make the path a little more challenging, yeah, they don't like that too much. Oh my God, guys. But the good news is I didn't get a lot of knots and everything. I dressed things pretty quickly, thank God. So we are definitely going to explore this more because I do think, as I said, it's a very important issue. And I'm a guy, and I have 2 sons, and I have 2 brothers, and I just think it's something that that we just don't address in society, and I see it in my daily errands and things like that. You could just, it's almost like a posture that some folks have, or I don't know, it's just interesting. And I mean, like guys aren't allowed to be just real, I'm just checking to make sure these deer are not like nibbling on the irises. Those were here. Those purple funky lavenders I got at Walmart or Fred Meyer, one of those places, doing really well. Those are the ones that I have out in the pots out there, except for the one by the mailbox. Anyway, I still have to do my compost hole. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get in touch with Tucker and see, what's up and what we can do. But I just really wasn't in condition to hound him today. And I still have a little more planting to do. Ugh. But other than that, and watering, and then it's hopefully a restful night. So folks, this is Mark out at Positively Peninsula. Thanks for hanging. It's a Wednesday, the 15th maybe of May, and so say peace out to the real back 40 out here at Positively Peninsula. I'm Mark, and we're gonna go search for Tucker. Peace out, right? Be good. Do something nice, all right? Be empathetic, especially if you're a guy, all right? Peace out.